Easiest meal first, and I'm gonna show you guys an optional step. This is totally optional. The main part is just making the spaghetti super quick, but I have my Instant Pot already on saute, and in here I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a 1/4 cup of onion diced, and 1 teaspoon of garlic. And I am just going to saute this for maybe about 5 minutes, just letting the onion and the garlic really infuse together and letting that onion get nice and tender. Now that my onions are tender, I've got my 1 pound of ground beef. I'm using an extra lean ground beef, so there's not gonna be a lot of grease after the fact. I did also, every time I cook ground beef, I add onion powder and garlic powder. I just kind of sprinkle it over the top. So that is in here as well, and I am just going to, still on the saute function, brown up my ground beef. I have turned my pot off. The meat is completely cooked through, and now I am adding in 2 cups of water and a 24-ounce jar of spaghetti sauce. You can use whatever kind you want. Also, what I like to do so I get all the yummy spaghetti sauce out of this glass jar is I just use a little bit of water, go around the top. That's how full it got, and I'm just gonna pour that in as well. All right, next up I have 12 ounces of spaghetti noodles that I have broken into thirds. I just set them in there, and then I'm just going to press them down so they are completely covered. You are not going to stir anything up together, you know, the water, the spaghetti sauce, any of that. You're just going to put your noodles in, and then I'm gonna just move them around just a little bit to make sure I can get them all pressed under the liquid so they're completely covered. Okay, so I've got everything set up. Now remember, the ground beef, onion, that stuff is completely optional. If you just want plain old spaghetti, no meat, anything like that, you're just going to put your spaghetti sauce, your water, and your noodles in here, and that's it. So now we are going to close the lid, make sure it is sealing, and we are going to cook it on manual, which is high pressure, for 10 minutes. Okay, timer is done, and now we are going to release the pressure. Pressure is completely released. Let's get this lid off. Smells good. I'm going to now, I call this my spaghetti spoon because I really only use this when I'm cooking noodles. So I'm gonna give this a good stir, mix it up, but those noodles look so good, just how I like them. Definitely easiest way to cook spaghetti, you guys. I love it. Top it with a little Parmesan cheese and you're set to go. Second easy dinner, we are making sesame chicken. So in my Instant Pot, all I have is 1 pound of chicken that has been cut up into little bite-sized pieces. And now we're going to make the sauce that we're just gonna pour over this chicken. For the sauce, you need 1/2 cup of water, 1/2 cup of ketchup, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, 1 teaspoon of rice wine vinegar, and 1 teaspoon of minced ginger. I'm just gonna use a whisk and mix all of these sauce ingredients up. Once you've got your sauce all mixed up, you are just going to pour it over your chicken. Then you're gonna mix your chicken up in there just to make sure that everything is covered. All the sauce is over all of the chicken. Now we're gonna get our lid on, make sure it is sealing, and we're going to hit manual. If you do not have a manual button, you're just gonna do high pressure. That's all manual means. It's automatically going to high pressure. And we are going to cook it for 8 minutes. Okay, time is up, and we are going to release the pressure. Okay, pressure is released, so now we can take off our lid. I'm gonna turn my Instant Pot off, and I'm going to put it on saute. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up just to make sure, yeah, the chicken is nice and cooked through. That's just the Instant Pot saying that it's hot enough and the saute is on. Now in here I have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch and 3 tablespoons of water all mixed together, and I am adding this in, and we're gonna saute for about 2 minutes just because we want this sauce to really thicken up. Okay, the sauce has definitely thickened up. Everything is ready, and I'm gonna show you guys how I am plating it up. We are serving this with broccoli and pot stickers, but under here I just have some basmati rice. I put the chicken on top, and then I have some sesame seeds and freshly sliced green onion, and this is so good.
So folks, I have for you a quick and easy way to make ribs in the Instapot. You can use any type of seasoning you choose. I prefer to use Weber dry smoke rub, and I'm going to also use some garlic powder. And I have 1 onion sliced in half. So what you want to do is you want to take your dry rub and put it on your ribs like that. Just coat them real nice. Get it in there. So before I put these ribs on this baking sheet, I went ahead and took off the back membrane because I want my ribs to fall off the bone. So you just season it up like that real nice. So before you put your ribs into your Instapot, you want to make sure you have a trivet. It's a little basket like this, and it just sits at the bottom of the Instapot to keep whatever you're putting in the Instapot from touching the bottom. You want to put a cup of water inside of your Instapot before you place the ribs onto that trivet. So I have pre-measured out 1 cup of water that I'm going to put in. Then I'm going to take my rib and I'm going to roll it with the meat side in. This is the way I do it. And I'm going to set it right on top of that basket. Take 1/2 of the onion, set it in there. Take the other half, put it on this side here. Let's get those off. Then I'm going to seal up my Instapot. After I have placed my lid on the Instapot, I ensure that the vents are closed. Press manual. You want to increase your time to 25 minutes. Make sure your pressure is on high. Now we're ready to remove our ribs from the Instapot and place them on this baking sheet. So first we need to release the pressure, but be careful, the steam is awfully hot. While this one is releasing steam, go ahead and heat your oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. While that's preheating, let's go ahead and take them out. After you have removed your ribs from the Instapot, use any barbecue sauce of your choice and just brush them with sauce. Once you're done brushing the sauce onto your ribs, you want to put them in your oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. After 10 minutes in the oven, you have a beautiful rack of ribs. Remember to like and share. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We'll see you next time.